Alrighty guys, how's it going out there? Rooster and 10, roostercb.com. Got a customer test video here, and we're just doing this one complimentary because I have taken a few days to ship out his order a little bit slower than I wanted to be. So this is a Jacobs 955 HPC Plus, or as I like to call them, the 955 version 3. Some people have scolded me and said, oh, there's no such thing as a version 3. It's still a version 2. But it's different. Well, it is different, so that's why we're going to call it a version 3. Or if you want to, you can call it a 955 HPC Plus. Here's the serial number on the box. And he got another radio from me as well, an all the way 497 and 3 upgraded 3-foot power cords. And this is also an all the way 955, so fully upgraded regulator finals. And the average power modulation mod done to it. So we will test it and see how it does. We'll test the output on AM and sideband. Again, complimentary video for him. Took a little bit longer to get the package out than I'd like to. So just as a gesture to him, doing a no charge video. Not that he's complained or anything, which is great. We're at 14.8 volts, and we are using an upgraded power cord to test it. And we'll be testing on the Bird 43P 250 watt slug. So we'll be reading average and peak power. With that being said, let's start it out here. And we're just going to turn our RF power all the way down and take a peek at the Bird. We can zoom in here, top scale. Again, this is going to be with our RF power all the way down. So you have a really low carrier there, essentially nothing. Very, very low. Hello, audio. Hello. So you're not going to get a lot of swing from that low of a carrier with the RF power all the way off. Hello. But as soon as you just barely crack it, that's at 9 o'clock. Hello, audio. You can see we're going from still very low to about 30 watts average. And if you guys want to see the PEP. Hello, audio. Check audio. Check. So that's how PEP can be a little deceiving. It's like you see these big PEP numbers, but if they haven't been upgraded, they won't do a lot of average power. And that's what's really going to make the difference out there as far as your signal and a lot of times your actual modulation, more tied to average than PEP. All right, so that's halfway. Let's get it, crank up some dead key in here. Okay, that's about 15 watts or so right there. Hello. So 15 to almost 70 average. Hello, audio. Hello. And then we can just turn it wide open and we'll get a clamp meter test as well. This with the RF power wide open. 25 watts. And that's usually, we like to set them up somewhere between 20 and 25. That can always be adjusted in the service menu, but wide open, 25 watts. Swinging over 75 average. So these things are stout, really stout radios. Your PEP, again, is going to be around the same. Audio, check. A little bit over 150 with it wide open there. So not a big difference there. Hello, audio. So over 10 amps. And that is our AM test. We'll just leave it on PEP and we'll go to sideband. So now we're going to go to sideband, which I'll tell you guys, we try to keep these a little more tame on sideband because I found that's where people tend to blow up amplifiers more. If you're not happy with the sideband output, again, you can always go in the service menu and do what you want, but this is kind of where I recommend it on a sideband. This is RF power wide open and we are on upper sideband. Check, audio, check, audio, check, audio, check. So about 140 or so PEP on sideband there. Lower sideband is going to be about the same. Check, audio, check, audio, same thing. Okay. Alrighty. You guys want to see what it does on FM? Does that matter? We can test it on FM. Top scale still. And it's wide open. That's all the way down. Okay. In most cases, on most radios, when people say, well, you didn't show how much it does on FM. Well, first of all, not a lot of people talk on FM. And second, typically, uh, the AM and FM carrier or whatever are going to be pretty close to the same. Not necessarily the case on this radio. As you guys saw on AM, it went up to 25 watts. On FM, it will exceed 50 watts there. So another reason for me to kind of show it on this one. Again, a lot of radios, the AM and FM, like a Cobra 29, they're, if they only go up to 8 watts dead key on AM, that's all they're going to show on FM. Stryker's a little bit different story, though. Alrighty, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope this guy enjoys the radio. And I appreciate your patience. Like I said, it took me a few days to get it out. Been a little bit busy over here, so figure the least we could do is get you a test video out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Rooster and 10, roostercb.com. I have some of these in stock. If you like these, like the way they do, a lot of people are asking about them. We've got some in stock right now. All the way 955, version 3, 955 HPC plus. Thanks, everybody. See you. Bye.